How's it going, everybody? I am Wildman Wess.
I'm Jefe.
And welcome to another edition of What's Your Poison? Today we've got 4 different beers on all sorts of sides of the spectrum. And Jefe here is going to tell you which ones they are.
We're going to start off really light with a little bit of sweetness here. We're just got the Ace Joker Cider. This is one of their standby ciders. They make a lot of really cool, fun seasonal ones like pineapple and stuff like that, but this is their standby. Then we have another 420 strain beer. Remember how that one went last time? That was a chocolate stout. This one is just an IPA. So this is a G13 IPA.
Hopefully we have a little more luck with this one, just being an IPA and not a chocolate
Basically,
stout.
those flavors being where they belong and not in a stout.
Yeah, maybe this one will be more kind of like the hops reefer that we had. Hopefully.
Yes. So, going from there, we're going to a stout. Yes, it is an imperial stout, but it is a white milk stout. It's a white milk stout with lactose, vanilla, coffee, and cocoa nibs. So, this is a fun-looking beer,
and
let alone having the name of...
Hey man, there's a beverage here in honor of the Big Lebowski. We are both big Lebowski fans, so...
Yes, and this is from Pipeworks in Chicago. We always talk about how they have a lot of fun bottles in there. A lot of their imagery is a lot of fun. So, and then we finish off this big boy.
Oh.
This is Ivan the Terrible from Big Sky Brewing. This is a limited edition bourbon barrel aged imperial stout that was in 2018, so this last year. Bottle number 65. 45.
I'm glad I found that one.
So that's pretty cool.
Well, not just that, because you're the first person who introduced me to the bourbon barrel aged stouts.
Oh yeah.
Like the one that we had over the summer. I'm trying to remember the name of that.
We had some Bourbon County.
Bourbon County. Yeah, that was delicious, and I'm hoping that one is just as delicious.
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna try these guys out for you and tell you what we think.
All right. Well, folks, ring that bell. Time for round one.
First, we have the Ace Joker Cider, which is a dry cider. Still going to get a lot of sweetness, but more of a dry finish, kind of like a champagne, if you will.
Because I saw a couple of the other different Ace dries they had at the store, and you had mentioned about like some of the other fruits, like pineapple. I like pineapple, but sometimes that's more for like a mixed beverage.
Sure, I hear you. They also do one over the fall season, which is their pumpkin cider, and then they make the only drinkable pumpkin cider in the market because other people have tried and it's awful. And if you know of one that is good, put it in the comments below.
Okay.
So this is one of their go-to ciders. Like I said, very dry. I'm getting a little bit of a bubbly there. Very clear, obviously. It's a cider. It's filtered.
You say the bubbly?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Sorry, Chris Jericho. Love you.
Yes, a little bit of the bubbly.
I like how clear it is. It's very nice.
Kind of like, I don't want to say like biting into a Granny Smith apple from the tartness, but kind of how it tastes super fresh because of that little bit of sour in there. Or it kind of just like sticks in your mouth, kind of like a sour candy. Not sour tart though. I don't know. It's really hard.
It's almost
like a green apple.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm feeling that. You know, kind of like the sour. The sweetness kind of reminds me of like a Golden Delicious, I think.
Sure. I don't know what kind of apples they use. I know that
Not sure either.
They've been doing this for a long time. Ace has been around for quite some time. Out of California. They call it a California Cider Company, basically. Then they have the brand Ace.
Okay.
But this is definitely one of the better like craft ciders that you'll come across anywhere in the U.S. that I'm aware of. Ciders traditionally actually originated in England, where apples were a lot more available, obviously, for a long period of time. And going into the Americas, then that's when they kind of spread the apple. We all know America's a melting pot. This is kind of just a part of how it became a part of American culture, just as much as apple pie with a cheddar cheese on it.
I mean, and plus, you know, with cider or apple in general, I mean, you've got so many. I mean, they run the gambit. I mean, you think about like woodchuck. You think about, I'm trying to think of some other good ones. I mean,
well, woodchuck is definitely one of their competitors.
Yeah, and Angry Orchard is, you know, has a lot of success.
Well, Angry Orchard, they're owned by Sam Adams, so the Boston Beer Company.
Fair enough.
So they definitely have the distribution. They definitely get anywhere they want, basically.
I mean, and then you go on the other side of the game to like a lot of very malted ales, like the Wicked Apple. I mean, that's it's good, but I mean at the same time, that's kind of like, especially like with 8%, you don't really just want to get like one tall boy.
Right.
I mean, if you're really wanting to get really wrecked for one.
Right.
If you're a cheap date.
Right. I'm just saying, like, basically comparing Angry Orchard to craft cider would be like comparing Sam Adams to craft beer, because basically, are they technically a microbrewery? Yes, but are they like representative of other microbreweries? I would say no.
I gotcha.
Basically, it's not where they are. You have plenty of very successful breweries and cideries that can compete with those just by giving people other options.
I mean, I've had a lot of the other ones too, and I mean, and a lot of them are good. It's just I like this one because it kind of reminds me more of like it's an apple craft cider. It tastes like apple juice. I mean, it's just.
It definitely does. Yeah.
I mean, it's not too sweet, but it's not too bitter.
Right.
It's just you got that happy medium, and I like that.
Definitely.
So how would you grade this one?
This one I definitely would say a Ace Dry. I would give it a solid 4. I mean, for a cider, we're talking like 4 pounds.
4 pounds? All right. This one, I'm gonna have to agree. I might step it up a little bit, 4.5 or 4. Yeah, 4.5.
It really is. It's a solid cider. Really
because like I mentioned, it's like I've had other ones. They're good. Like Woodchuck's great.
Sure.
Angry Orchard's great. I mean, this one.
Cider Boys coming out of Point Brewing. Even
I forgot about Cider Boys. Yeah.
Locally, we have, and Cider Boys just a super sweet, crazy variant. Yeah. Locally here where we are, there's a Naperville cidery called Two Fools. They do great stuff. Every time this time of year, they have a cider that's 10% alcohol, and it's called Apple Sauced. It's incredible. So they're definitely. I always have a strong respect for cideries and other ciders within breweries too, because it's just as much of a craft as craft beer. It really is. It is much love and hard work goes into those craft beer.
Fair enough. Well, so I believe we are done with this one. Yeah. We're gonna go on to round 2. So going from the dry, going on to something a little paler.
Or a little dank.
Yeah. Let's see what happens with this one.
All right, for our second beer today, we are doing the G13 IPA. This is from Sweetwater in Georgia. We just had another one of their beers, if you recall. It was their chocolate stout with the same kind of hemp flavor to it.
Burnt chocolate coffee weed.
Yeah,
basically.
Weird, right?
Really weird.
Not what we expected. This is a little more at home with that flavor profile. That dank and funky belong in IPAs. Those are perfect notes to describe it.
And as we've said in many, or at least I've said in many segments, I am a fan of IPAs.
Absolutely.
So hopefully this one is right up there.
Ooh.
How dank is this one? Am I gonna get a
No, that smells like it's supposed to. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Like it was like, so strange.
Because the other one was really.
It was.
This one isn't. I'm not getting that quote unquote contact high from smelling it.
Right. No, this is good. I like that. The smell was good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Because you know what you're about to drink. Your brain sees the liquid, knows what's in it, and expects a flavor. So we're going to see.
All right.
We're actually looking at a very pale yellow, almost just a slightly cloudier version of that Ace Joker. Honestly, because that Ace Joker was perfectly clear. This one's a little bit hazier, maybe a little bit more yellow. That more yellow than an amber, that's for sure. Yeah. It's very light looking.
That smells good.
It smells like weed.
Well, not just that. I mean, it's like plus being a pale ale.
No, I understand.
I love that hoppy smell.
So that hop smell is very similar for a lot of reasons. They are cousin plants. Hops and cannabis share a lot of the same anatomy, but they just work differently under certain types of moisture. This one just smells like that friend just got into your car. That's what that smells like.
not too loud.
No, it's just like, hey man, how you? Yeah, you're doing good.
Yep, you're good. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
But a little bit better, actually.
Yeah.
Very light body.
Oh, yeah.
That that hemp flavor that was so strong in the last beer, this one, it just blends so well with the hops.
Mm-hmm.
And so G13, if anyone even cares, G13 is a special strain of hop that is an experimental hop. There are a lot of breweries that tried all these different things. Firestone Walker actually has a whole series. It's their Luponic Distortion series, and they're up to, I think, like 14, 15 now. I haven't seen it since 13, but it was delicious. So basically using very new hops that don't exactly have a name, but they have a code, basically. So they go through a bunch of these experimental codes. Sometimes they'll blend those codes and make new ones, but basically it's kind of like the marijuana industry. It's just about blending the genetics, basically. So growing them together and coming out with these different flavored hops is basically just how much more citrus can we get in there? Can we add that citrus with the pine? Can we get a little bit more, like basically science. It's science. I just love it. So they basically just play with what they can put in there, just using those hops.
And I'm digging this because in our last episode that we did, I tried pulling out the bottles to warm up just a little bit, because sometimes with certain, stouts or sometimes certain IPAs, the temperature can definitely make or break the taste and the texture. And I'm glad I let this out at least an hour before, because last time it was only about 20 to 30 minutes.
That's true.
And this time, the temperature, I believe, is spot on.
Put them in the freezer. You gotta be careful.
I didn't put them in the freezer, you dummy.
Yeah, alright.
I'm trying to censor myself once in a while with some of my insults. You dummy! You big dummy! Sorry, Red Fox. I'm apologizing more to people, whether they're live or dead, for referencing them now. But yeah, definitely a lot better than the chocolate stout.
Way better than chocolate stout. If you're gonna go for one of the funky Sweetwater beers, this one over the chocolate stout.
And not just kind of like the funky. It's smooth.
Yeah,
it's very. For a pale ale too, because with a lot of pale ales, there's such a bite to them.
Yeah,
because
really
of the hop.
That is really nice.
And this one is just kind of like you feel it, but it's just kind of like, not bad.
No, I think that bite is kind of taken away by that soft hemp flavor. It kind of blends in.
It could be.
I really think that's really fun. It's fun. Let's see. The back of the bottle says, "We took an already dank IPA and married it with hops and the strain-specific terpenes. I don't know words. And natural hemp-type flavor."
For those that know the actual, definition or the right way to say it, leave a comment in the section below, and just to make sure that we're schooled properly.
Damn it! I'm a bear man, not a scientist.
Okay, Bones.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say for this one on a rating, it's great. It is, but for not being as I love the smoothness without that bite, but at the same time, I guess I want that bite.
Sure, I hear you. If you like IPAs, so it would make sense that you're looking for that.
Yeah, I'm not disappointed, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, to be fair.
Okay, now to be fair.
To be fair.
To be
fair. I'm gonna give this one a 3.5 out of 5.
I was actually gonna say 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, I was gonna say 3.5 out as well. 3.5 pounds.
3.5 pounds unanimous. Well, going on from one dank to something else that may not be as dank, but who it's referring to was the dankiest of the dank. We're gonna go on to what the dude abides. So for round 3, we have, hey man, there's a beverage here from Pipeworks. This is a love note to the movie The Big Lebowski. When Jefe found this can today at Binny's and he showed me, I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. Because I'm a big Lebowski fan. Big Lebowski fan. Especially the artwork on this can is just, I almost not want to open it, or I want to keep the can possibly. Because it's got that traditional Big Lebowski, artwork on here. You've got that kind of Western and bowling alley font on here on the side, the stars that you would see in the 1960s, 1970s bowling alleys. And on this side, we just noticed this in between takes, there is a foot with a pinky toe missing, and that is just perfect. That's just like the nice extra little...
How old was Tara Reid in that movie? She was young.
Young, but it was after American Pie.
Got it. Okay.
I believe the movie came out in 99? Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
I believe so. I mean, wait, I'm probably wrong.
Correction here. Bottom of the video.
Yeah, correction here, definitely. That way I don't look like a complete idiot.
What really stood this out? Okay, so besides obviously names, I've said this about Pipeworks before. Their artwork is always fantastic when it comes to their packaging. I think we've had one other beer from Pipeworks where I was like, I think this is them, and I was really confused because it wasn't like some elaborate packaging. It was that sour lime goes. That's what it was.
Man,
yeah. So I was really thrown off. I was like, really? It's like, okay, this kind of artwork is what grabbed me. So I saw this on the shelf, and I obviously realized the reference immediately. But then I read to see what it was, and it was an imperial white milk stout with lactose, vanilla, coffee, and cocoa nibs. And so many of those words make me happy. I think the only one that I'm a little weary of is probably pale or with. That's with. I'm not so sure about that.
And I should clarify. Earlier I said, "Hey man, there's a beverage here." I forgot one word. Careful. Hey, careful man, there's a beverage here.
That's right.
If you don't get the lines right, the dude does not abide.
It's true.
So I need to get back into my frame of reference of dudism there. I think I've lost my way. I'm gonna have to have a Caucasian and go bowling one of these days. And
what the fuck is that? I know. I'm serious. I'm like, does it smell like it smells good? What is that?
I don't know. Well, they're not kidding about a white stout. I mean, it's because normally I'm used to stouts being really, really dark, and this one.
What is that smell?
Is it the lactose maybe?
Time out.
Oh, cacao nibs. That could be.
Is this the pea that we're talking about?
Oh no!
Don't be malorting me. Don't do it.
It better not either.
Okay. Ready for this? You ready? I don't know.
All right, man.
Never smelled anything like that. Holy cow, that's delicious! I'm surprised at how good that tasted from the smell. That totally just, wow, that's tasty.
So it's reverse Malort. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Time out. From what I smelled of the beer, did not expect it to taste
I think it's
this good. I was worried about it.
I think it's the cacao nibs. Is
know.
cacao?
It's crazy.
Cacao? I have no idea.
Cacao.
Cacao.
It's just cocoa nibs.
Cocoa nibs.
I mean, you can say cacao. It's basically cocoa.
But I mean,
it's not pure. But that's good though.
I mean, this.
I'm just surprised that I still smell this, and I still smell like, what is that? And I taste it, and I'm like, this is good.
Not gonna lie, this almost tastes like a Caucasian beer form.
Really?
Yeah. Because if you think about it.
Wait a minute.
Because if you think about it, the Caucasians consist of vodka, Kahlua, and half and half.
That's what and that is time out.
Dude.
That's what it tastes like. It tastes like a weird beer type flavor of Kahlua and cream. That's why I'm all over the place. This is good. That's what it is. So there is like that Kahlua coffee.
Yeah, that's exactly
vanilla.
what it is. Mm-hmm.
And that's what's totally throwing me off. That's what's throwing me off. This is so crazy.
But this is delicious.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm honestly proud. Okay, I'm only giving it 4.9 Pahws because of that odor. Totally throwing me off. But honestly, that twist of being surprised from the smell to the taste, and then having that realization of, oh my god, it is like that creaminess.
I understand. I understand we're not going to always have unanimous 5 out of 5 Pahws. I'm gonna give 5 out of 5 Pahws
There you
because you
go.
know what? Am I the only one here that gives a shit about the rules? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Okay then.
This is really good. If you get a chance and you see this in the store, really grab it. It is definitely one for the books for very
wow.
unique and still tasty beers. Now, I'm not judging a beer contest here, but I will have to say that the experience that the beer took me on, from being interesting to look at to liking the ingredients and being excited about it, then going to opening it and being completely confused by the aroma, because it still confuses me. It's like it's slightly coffee. I don't know. It's like the whole thing just really confused me. But then as soon as I taste it, and then that excited me how good it tasted. Coming to that realization.
Man.
Overall, just a fun experience with the beer.
Yeah, I
really-
this. Oh yeah.
Really thought it was just a lot of fun. Maybe I'm overhyping it, but at the same time, I was surprised.
Hey,
not at the quality.
I'm a fan
Yeah,
of
what this
I'm a
is.
fan of Caucasians, White Russians, you know, for
Sure.
drinking. Call it what you will. But I mean, and I would anytime some of my friends and I would have our little quote unquote Lebowski fest, we'd always drink those while watching the movie. I would dare say, I think I might start drinking these.
This is really good. If you can get a hold of this, I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah. Well, while we're finishing our hey, careful man, there's a beverage here.
Oof.
We're gonna go on to our next iconic character, from the dude to the terrible.
Did we mention this is 10.5%?
Ooh boy. Oh well. Well, let's move on to Ivan the Terrible.
All right, tonight we are going to finish with Ivan the Terrible, a bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout.
Oh yeah.
This is from Big Sky Brewing. They're out of Montana. And forgive anyone who lives in Montana. It's the only brewery I know from Montana. I think maybe one other. There's a Viking brewery. I'm pretty sure it's Montana too. I brought in one of their beers called Thor's Porter. That was pretty good. I can't recall if it was Montana.
I haven't been anywhere like that in Montana. The only place I've been to in Montana was I won a trip to the Marlboro Ranch in Bozeman.
There you
A
go.
couple of years, quite a few years. Let's see, about 6 years ago. Yeah,
There you go.
That was fun. That was real fun.
So this is from what I can notice, the biggest brewery that comes out of Montana. You can definitely get them at any Benny's or some even other just small bottle shops. But yeah, this is one of their big releases. Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout.
All right. I'm looking forward to this. Like I mentioned before, Jefe here introduced me to some of those bourbon barrel stouts.
Definitely.
That last one I think really kind of did us in a little bit.
That last one was a 10.5% Imperial Stout. This one is 11.5.
So obviously that's why we're finishing tonight off with this.
So not much difference in the percentage of alcohol, but the other one we noticed as we were finishing it off in that last round, it was kind of hard to take down. It was getting a little, like, the warmer it got, the more whiskey-like it got.
Yeah.
So you were sipping it. This is going to be a stout. This is going to ask to be stepped on, I'm sure. Full of flavor is what I'm guessing.
Woohoo! Red color in that.
I smell it from here.
It has that nice, distinct bourbon barrel scent.
Definitely smell the bourbon barrel. Definitely, it's definitely thick. Thick in aroma, I guess. It's pouring pretty light, from my experience. This is pretty carbonated. Definitely the bourbon barrel.
Man, that is thick. I can't even
Toasty.
see. Oh, I can't even see through it. That's
Thick in
great.
color too. But the body itself looks light, just from the way that it poured. So I'm curious. Didn't pour like mortar oil, like some of those really heavy ones.
Oh yeah.
Really light body.
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't drink thick at all. Makes it extremely easy to digest. Definitely burns going down a little bit.
The aftertaste.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, when you have facial hair and you get that flavor savor, you get a lot of that oaky note, and I like that.
Yeah, definitely oaky. I get a lot of oaky, light biscuit in there. I like a dry biscuit. Sort of chocolatey notes, but that I know comes from the malt. It's not made with anything like any special ingredients. It says, Ivan the Terrible Imperial Stout is rich, complex, and intense. Drink how you lay it down, as this beer will evolve over time. I don't doubt that at all. This is a 2018. I'm not sure when this was released in 2018.
Well, but still,
That would be a fact worth knowing. But it was their 2018 reserve. Most of the time when you see bottles like this or batches like this of certain high ABV beers, most of the time it's done closer to the end of the year. So this is probably about a year old. I'm guessing. I'm guessing a year old. It could have been made this last spring, at the end of winter. Very possible, but I'm not.
But
I'm
still,
not sure.
I mean, hey,
I guess
almost a year-old bourbon barrel. That's.
I would say a year old at this point. I don't know when the original date it came out was. I wish it said that, but it definitely.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when I'm trying to figure out the notes on this, I remember when I actually picked this up, they actually had a description or a review that somebody had put over at Binny's, and that review will be on the bottom of the screen here right now, kind of giving the hint of those notes of what's on there. But I remember reading that and thought it was really cool, and I was very intrigued by it because, like I mentioned before, I mean, when you introduced me to that bourbon barrel stout, I mean, I was a big fan. I mean, especially because the one that we had was what, 17%, almost yeah, like 17 or 18. And for this one being, like for ABV a little step below, it's still good. I mean, it's
still definitely bourbon barrel.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's a big bottle to finish. Not gonna lie.
Well, we'll definitely probably be finishing this after the episode is up because it's going to take us a little while.
All right. So, what would you give it a rating?
I would go ahead and say probably about a 4 out of 5 now.
I'm not gonna lie. 4 out of 5 seems fair. I mean, it's really, really tasty. They did a good job with a lot of the other malt complex flavors. Honestly, it's boozy. I think that's really the hardest thing right now.
I mean, normally we could handle a lot of this. I think also just because of the fact that we, ended one that was close to this.
Yeah. But
beforehand, I mean,
right.
I think we're feeling the after effects of that one. But this one's kind of like the
It's
the nail in the
definitely
coffin for
boozy.
sure.
Yeah, it's definitely boozy. You're not going to be able to, like, this one's not hiding its ABV, so
No.
you can easily just drink a glass like that.
Oh, yeah.
Good. As long as you're sharing with friends. But Evan and I, how a bottle finish.
You can tell he's a couple sheets to the wind because he called me by my real name.
Where does
ladies
that
and
come from? A couple sheets to the wind?
I have no
Of
idea.
like toilet paper?
I don't know. Lord knows after the beers we've had over the last couple months on this channel, we're anything but 10-ply, bud. That's for sure. Wow, so we rated this one, which I probably will have a little more after this. Give me your keys. Give me your keys. Those are not your keys, but that's okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, apart from Drunky over here, we hope you've enjoyed this segment. No, but anyways, be sure that you like, share, and as always, push the red button and ring the bell for instant notifications on Dragonfire Entertainment. Until then, I'm Wild Man Wes,
And I'm Jefe.
and we will see you next time on What's Your Poison, and one of our many segments that are coming up soon on Dragonfire Entertainment. Take care.
Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. And stop, beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.